Good morning, everybody. It is meteorologist H2F forecast, guys. Welcome back to the video. Hope you guys are all enjoying your wonderful Saturday afternoon, guys, or sorry, morning. And so there's going to be another update on this major subtropical system here in the Gulf of Mexico that's going to bring in very strong winds and incredibly heavy downpours throughout much of the southeast, starting from today within the next couple hours all the way into Tuesday is where it's going to start ending. That's going to cause huge plane delays. we're actually not going to be driving anymore because it's so bad. But we still have to find the right flight for the right timing. We might actually leave tomorrow night, but again, there's still many threats. Again, it's just very complicated, and that's just me. There's millions of other people that are having the same problem, either driving or all of that. So if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, guys. It really means a lot when you guys support my channel. We'll be getting a ton of new viewers within the past couple of days, and we're still gaining. Also, be sure to share the channel to any friends or family that you think are getting impacted by this as well. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this video with these new updates. So again, we're going to be looking at all these new updates, every single thing here, the European, GFS, NAN3KN model, every single thing we're looking at is new compared to yesterday. So we are looking at this, basically what it's most likely going to be. So again, by the next couple hours now later today, we are going to see again this rain is now arriving into the Gulf of Mexico, or to the Gulf Coast. Again, we are seeing this incredibly heavy rain as we speak into areas near New Orleans, and especially south of New Orleans. We are going to be seeing again these tropical storm like downpours already in these areas. And again, we're also going to start to see some rain arriving into Georgia, and it's going to be a bit lighter, and then we can see some heavy rain in Gulfport as well. Again, it's going to be light at this point, except for areas near Louisiana. But as we go now later into tomorrow morning, this is when it gets a lot worse again. I was planning on leaving tomorrow morning, but again, it's just very complicated again with the flights and all that. So again, we're going to see this going a lot more inland now, all the way into southern Tennessee. We're going to start seeing this incredibly heavy rain now in near Pensacola, Mobile, and southern Alabama. Again, this is going to be incredibly heavy. Again, here we're going to be seeing this tropical storm-like downpours right here. Like, this is going to be a major system. It's not just heavy rain, not just some regular tropical, December rain. It's going to be incredibly heavy winds as well. And then we're also going to see this rain become a bit more widespread now near Huntsville and Birmingham. Then going to start heavier rain near Jackson, Mississippi into Montgomery, and then we're seeing that rain becoming a lot more widespread into Georgia as we now get into Sunday afternoon. This is when it gets a lot worse again. We're going to see these tropical downpours arriving into Florida. The tropical downpours are now arriving in bands again. We're going to have our first band out here near Montgomery, Alabama. Going to see incredibly heavy rain. Like, this is going to be no joke. It's actually going to be very, very low visibility. And we're also going to see this heavier rain is stretched more inland now. Atlanta, Georgia, going to be including this heavier rain. Huntsville now. Tupelo going to be getting very heavy rain at Savannah, Georgia, Valdosta, all the way into near my area in northern Georgia. Again, we're going to be seeing heavy rain near Panama City. Going to get incredibly heavy rain. Again, that's one of the second bands. And then our third band is going to be affecting the Tallahassee area. And then all the way to Tampa Bay. As we now get into Monday morning, it's still affecting millions of people. Still, look at this, guys. Like, I was actually even at some point looking at Monday, or they were looking at Monday. I'm like, there's no chance, because there's going to be delays. Like this, actually, Atlanta, Georgia, Hartsfield Jackson Airport, all the way to Orlando is in the higher risk for delays. So I'm not going to gamble on this. But again, we're going to see this tropical downpours now affect areas near Montgomery, Alabama, this little band. It's also going to be affecting many areas out here into also northern Alabama, and gonna start some very heavy rain out into Georgia or Atlanta as well, into Savannah, getting some heavy rain out near Chattanooga, Tennessee, South Pittsburgh area. And then we are going to be seeing this other heavy band throughout many areas not far from Orlando, throughout much of north central Florida, and get incredibly heavy rain by Monday afternoon. Just look at this, guys. Like, this is going to be incredibly heavy. Rainfall totals have increased a ton. Savannah, Georgia, Augusta. Areas in the Savannah, Georgia are going to be completely over flooded. It's going to bring incredibly big threats throughout areas into South Carolina, near Charleston, Myrtle Beach, areas into, again, also near Greenville. Going to be seeing incredibly heavy rain. And then we could be seeing heavier rain, not tropical downpours, but heavier rain into Tennessee. And then Tuesday morning still gonna bring some some light to moderate rain, and then we're getting Myrtle Beach and Charleston gonna continue to see some rain out here into the Carolinas coast out here. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be overflowing a lot of the lakes in my area, especially I have a lake in my neighborhood. It's gonna completely overflow. We're gonna get a couple inches of rain, guys, and this is from one system. So again, here's the new GFS 10:30 a.m. update. Again, still yet to get all the way through, but again. So this is by the next 6 hours. So around 4 p.m. in the afternoon, we're going to be seeing this tropical like system starting to get into the Gulf Coast again. New Orleans going to start getting a lot of rain also into much of the island of Louisiana. Gonna start getting this rain near Mobile, also areas near of course Gulfport. And by the next 18 hours, it's when it gets a lot, like just a lot worse actually. Just look at this low pressure system does actually weaken a little bit to 1,014 millibars, becoming a lot more widespread. You can see this rain all the way near Memphis, Tennessee to Orlando, Florida. We're going to be seeing our heaviest rain again near Mobile. Starting to see this rain now near Panama City in the Big Bend area. Starting to see these rain showers arriving into southern Georgia, Valdosta, maybe in Charleston already, and getting some rain near Jacksonville as well into northern Florida. As we now get into the next 30 hours, it's going to get honestly, its worst point probably in these areas near southern Georgia. Again, you can see incredibly heavy rain near Pensacola, incredibly heavy rain near Montgomery, very heavy rain throughout southwestern Georgia and also just off the coast of Jacksonville. And we're going to be seeing again these tropical storm like rain downpours into Tampa Bay already. Starting to see this rain becoming some widespread into Atlanta, Georgia, Gainesville, Georgia, Huntsville, Alabama, into Tuscaloosa also. We'll get some very heavy rain now into the next 42 hours. This is, again, it does weaken all the way to 1,007 millibars. It is getting strength. Going to bring in incredibly heavy rain for South Florida now. Looks like Miami's going to get a lot worse than we thought on Monday. Looks like they were barely going to get affected. So now they're getting the worst of this now. Look at areas into Miami-Dade County, again, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, not far from Hollywood, Georgia. Going to be incredibly heavy rain as well for southern Georgia, or more like central Georgia near Macon. Continue to see some rain near Fort Worth of Georgia. And all the way into now Monday night, we're going to continue to see incredibly heavy rain for Charleston now, or Savannah, Georgia. Just going to see it's just going to be a mess in the next 54 hours, and then it should roll out. Again, it should roll out. Honestly, it won't really be much of a threat after. And then by the next 60 hours, it will actually be a lot stronger into South Carolina. Again, it is start to leave Georgia. It's going to start leaving Alabama. Again, not much of a threat for these areas now. It's just going to be a threat throughout South Carolina, for North Carolina. And then it should actually go out after the next 6 hours. So again, not really a big threat after really Tuesday night. Now we're looking at the NAM 3KM model. We have not yet to look at this, but now we are. Again, over the next 4 hours, we are seeing this system again at 1,016 millibars, bringing incredibly heavy bands. Its first bands into areas near New Orleans, all the way into near Mobile, Alabama. Going to be very light at times. In the next 12 hours, we're going to start to see, again, this is by 10:47 p.m. Or more like 9:47 Central Time. But again, we're going to be seeing this heavy rain getting to southwestern Georgia now. Going to start, actually, the really big threat is it could actually overflow the Okefenokee Swamp as well, one of the biggest swamps in the U.S. Again, also going to start affecting areas near Huntsville, and actually going to get to Tupelo actually a lot faster than the regular GFS model shows. As we now get into the next 24 hours, it becomes a lot worse. Like, you look at this massive system, though. It's going to start affecting now Atlanta. So, again, it's going to be, again, by the early morning hours, going to start affecting Pensacola, Panama City, with possibly, it's actually possible we could see tornadoes in these areas. Tuscaloosa, Montgomery, Tupelo, areas near southern Alabama. Just going to continue to see tropical storm, like, not a tropical storm force winds, but tropical storm like downpours. By the next 32 hours, it starts to affect a lot. It's going to create more bands. We're going to have multiple bands that are just going to start moving north. It's going to continue to affect these areas into the south. Multiple bands that could actually be multi-cell storms as well. We just had an outbreak right here earlier this week, and yeah, it's going to be massive. Again, you start to have incredibly heavy rain into western Western Mississippi, can start seeing some possibility for some tornadoes out here near Panama City. Also going to see some very heavy rain near Savannah, and also for Macon, Georgia as well, into Columbus, Georgia, near the fall line. As we now get into the next 42 hours, this rain does calm down a little bit into the Mississippi area. We're still going to be seeing some moderate rain sometimes, but again, it's going to start to calm down a little bit. But this is not calm down at all for Georgia or South Carolina. It actually intensifies. Going to see this incredibly heavy rain for the Tallulah Falls area, Charleston, getting into areas into central near Columbia, South Carolina, getting very heavy rain near Helen, Georgia. Again, the areas near the Chattahoochee River could actually overflow in the next 48 hours. This is getting a lot worse, though, for Augusta, Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, and even, again, my area, from Gainesville into Greenville, going to start to see some heavier bands. And then Charleston could actually just be overflowing at this point, and then it should roll out by, again, Christmas Eve. We could start to Christmas Eve. We actually could be seeing a couple of rain showers near my area. Good thing is I'm going to be in Miami, so I won't be getting that many rain showers. And then also for the Carolinas coast, again, on near just going to get some rain throughout the Carolina coast. So now we're going to be looking at the European rainfall map. Again, this actually has changed quite a bit, especially right here through Central Florida, actually up to a huge difference. Actually, Orlando could be in a threat for many areas. But again, we're going to be looking at now this rainfall totals. Again, looks like New Orleans rainfall totals have gone down to less than an inch. Looks like Tupelo, Mississippi will be getting around 2 inches, and then areas near Montgomery and Huntsville will be seeing up to 4.5 inches to 5 inches. Areas near or more, if you're like more near Huntsville, you get only around 3 inches to 3.5 inches. If you're near Rome, Georgia, on the other hand, you'll be seeing up to 5.5 inches of rain. Atlanta, Georgia, up to 3.5 inches of rain. Again, this is gonna be overflow the this is gonna overflow the Savannah River, gonna overflow the Chattahoochee River as well. So this is definitely gonna cause a lot of big river threats throughout Georgia. Also gonna bring a ton of rainfall actually near Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach rainfall totals have increased up to around 9 inches of rainfall. And actually, yeah, Myrtle or Charleston was actually supposed to be in that, but it actually moved north because Charleston's actually now here with the 4.5 inches of rain. But actually, chances have increased for near Myrtle Beach. So actually not too many people actually, or not too little people go there. Actually, a lot of people go there up to 7.5 inches to 9 inches of rain. So that's definitely a big threat with actually one system. Savannah going to see up to 5 inches of rain. Pensacola going to be seeing around 4 inches of rain. Looks like Tallahassee and Panama City up to around 2 inches maybe. And then look at this right here, just north of Tampa Bay, can be seeing up to a foot of rain. Close to a foot of rain, 11.4 inches of rain, guys. That's actually incredible. It's not just off the coast, but it's inland as well. Orlando is just saving itself with around 3.5 inches of rain, so it's just north. So yeah, now we're gonna be looking at the GFS. What the GFS has to shows. So again, this is what GFS has new update has showed now. So again, I'm near Huntsville. We're seeing around 3 inches maximum. Montgomery, on the other hand, we're seeing up to 4.5 inches of rain. Pensacola up to 3.5 inches of rain. Tallahassee and Panama City around less than 2 inches of rain. Again, it looks like not as much rain throughout these areas near not as much rain throughout Florida near Tampa Bay. So the Europeans should up to 11 inches of rain, and the GFS only shows around 5 inches. So that's definitely a very, very big update, guys, because this is counting on Christmas travel. And again, near Charleston, it's still very heavy rain throughout these areas, up to 8 to 9 inches of rain. Myrtle Beach, on the other hand, up to 5 inches. And yeah, so definitely gonna have to watch out these new updates and just how much rain is gonna actually fall down. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and bye, guys.